What is going on, everybody? It is a cold, rainy, overcast Sunday here in Rochester. I'm driving to the gym right now to do legs. And it's almost 4 o'clock on Sunday, so the gym is going to be dead. This is the time of week where I get my best training in because the gyms are just, they're empty, they have space, I can record, I can be uninterrupted. One thing I wanted to drop on people really quick is, sorry, I'm fidgeting with my radio here. I wanted to let people know, like, the difference between, job security when it comes to having a regular job that you either went to college for or got a certification for. Yes, you get tons of debt going to college, getting your certifications and graduating and getting your diploma and all that stuff costs money, right? So getting into the lifestyle that I got into didn't cost, I didn't have to take out loans and get a certification to do what I do. It's all this is marketing and branding, guys. Marketing and branding. That's what you are doing. You are turning yourself into a business. So yes, influencers, athletes, whatever. The idea is that you are creating an image for yourself that people are going to like and watch and follow, and then eventually invest into you, invest into part of the brands and the companies that you are a part of, because they either love your appearance, they like what you stand for. There's many different reasons why someone can buy into you. My whole thing is, when I was first started this, my whole thing was like, chase clout, get as much attention as possible, be seen with women, be seen going here, going there. And that is actually pretty important in terms of having a career in fitness. If you're trying to make big money, if you just want to be a coach and get paid a couple $100s a month from small brands or whatever brand, then 10, 20, 30,000 follower range, that's what it is. But in order to really make the big money, guys, you have to have let me rephrase that. You don't have to have hundreds of thousands of followers, but the chances of you more than likely getting a good sponsor, or it's going to be more likely of you getting a good sponsor if you have that appearance. Hundreds of thousands of followers, definitely people with millions, but it can't be all fabricated. You have to do the work, you have to look the part, and then it's about your influence on people, right? People can like your posts, thousands, tens of thousands of people can like your posts, follow you, whatever. But if you're just eye candy and they're just liking your posts, it doesn't go too far. It brings attention to your page, it might help with the algorithm, but in terms of influence on people, making sales, and really having people believe in you and what you have to say and what you're doing, and hopefully inspiring an individual to do something similar or same thing, whatever. Anything that involves being on social media and making money and having a career doing this. My money isn't guaranteed. A lot of these athletes have clients coaching. Now, I'm a social media coach, so I don't have clients that I train personally or give diets to or anything like that. I could if I wanted to, but my specialty is helping people grow on social media, mainly Instagram, and that's who I have clients helping grow, do that. So 1 month, I might have 5 clients drop out on me. Another month, I might keep everybody and get an extra 5 clients. So you see, 1 month, I could make this much money, and 1 month I can make this much. It goes up and down. And if I'm not constantly searching for new clients and I go weeks not doing that, that is when money can start to decline because you're staying stagnant, which goes to another thing to give you guys advice on is don't ever try to be stagnant. Do as much as you can with what's within your power. If you have videographers around you you're friends with, use them. If you're around other creators who are not going to the bar and doing dumb stuff and playing games all the time, be around those people more. It's all about your environment and who you put yourself around, and that'll have a lot to do with the belief in yourself and what you're doing. I consider myself a lone wolf. I am oftentimes by myself, other than meeting with a few close friends here and there in my hometown, which is very rare. And I only just moved back 2-3 months ago, so a lot of the work I was doing was very lonely. I was very much by myself, other than when I was at home in Florida talking to my lady and around her. You know, she still had a regular job and I didn't. So everything that I do is opposite of what most people are doing. But job security is the biggest thing, guys. Like, so nothing in this line of work is ever promised. And the minute that you get content or stay chill, that's when it starts to fade, or you don't succeed higher. Whereas if in a normal job, you know, a lot of companies, when you get a job, say at 𝐂𝐨𝐝𝐞 or Kodak, you know, you like to get a job there knowing that there's a possibility for you to get a raise or get raises or somehow move up to the top, right? That's very hard to do. So people that are at a regular job and stay stagnant in terms of what they're content with in terms of their money and their job itself, meaning that they might not be the biggest go-getter out of 20 other people, say, in that same position as them. So that one person who works the hardest out of the 20 is going to be the one to get the raise. So when it comes to, you know, a regular job, you always have that guaranteed set amount of money and hours, no matter what, unless the company goes kaput and someone buys it and then you get laid off. That's the other dangerous thing. How would you feel working for 10, 20, 30 years just to get laid off? We're good. You're all set. Here's a year of pay. Good luck. You just gave your whole life to that company and they just shut the door on you. And then they offer to bring you back and pay you 10 grand less. That's not what I wanted to get into. And that can happen to any single company, guys, especially bigger companies. So with what I do, it's all about me, my time, and how I choose to use my time, and how often I want to reach out to people and try to get new clients, new sponsors, and then I have to constantly keep working on my physique to look the best. Nobody's going to buy supplements or clothing from you if you don't look good in the clothing or don't look good from the supplements, you know what I mean? Like, so it's just a constant energy and driving force. Like, it's Sunday, you know, in the past couple of days I had clients drop off and that affects me negatively. But I have to, like, you can have the craziest highs and lows with what I do. Like, for instance, I wake up this morning with tons of friend requests on Facebook from Instagram people, which I've never really had happen, but it just goes to show that my name is growing and people are trying to find me, which, by the way, I'm not accepting anybody's friend requests on Facebook from Instagram unless I actually really know you. I like to keep my Facebook private because that's really where all my family and everything else is. They're not really on Instagram, so my Facebook, I'm not on much. I don't post on it, but that's where family watches my stories and watch my posts, because I post some of my stories from Instagram to Facebook, so some of my people can see it from back home, for whoever doesn't have an Instagram or isn't on it a lot. Constant energy that you got to drive into this lifestyle, guys. It doesn't matter if it's Sunday, Monday. I could be up at 2 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday night or a Monday morning looking for clients or doing something. So it's a constant energy that I have to feed into this. And some days, especially when you're on a diet, you're on a cut, I'm not currently reaching out to people or clients, because in order to sell people and for people to like you and to talk to them, you have to have good energy. Nobody's going to buy anything you're selling if you don't have good energy, or they don't believe you or don't feel like it's going to benefit them. So these people need to see who you are, what you're about, what it's done for you. It doesn't matter if it's coaching for social media, personal training, a barber, a hairstylist. It's just always any type of job where you have clients, or sponsors, you always have to maintain these with the highest energy that you can possibly summon from within yourself. And I promise you, there may be periods where there's months where it's slow. There may be periods where you feel like giving up. That's when you got to remind yourself not to give up and keep going. So those are the differences between a real job and what I do. I have to constantly chase my money. Every single day I'm worried about how I'm going to make my money. I'm always worried about who's going to continue their plan, who's going to do this and that. So do I have the stresses of not making enough money and not paying my bills? No, I don't. However, I wouldn't have the stresses of having to chase the money so hard if I had a regular job, because I know it would be there. Whereas if what I do, I have to constantly chase it and I have to put more energy into it. Though I have built up a solid network and foundation in less than 2 years that I've been doing this professionally, I think I've done a really good job at setting things up, helping people out. I haven't always been the most professional. This is my first real job, my first real career. I'm a young man figuring it out. And, you know, I apologize if I've ever said the wrong thing or wasn't professional. I'm a flawed person. Give me a break. I'm going to admit it if I was wrong. If I was mad and I did something wrong, I'm going to admit to it. But, you know, if I did get annoyed with something or mad at something that I felt was reasonable, I'm not going to apologize. But if I act like an ignorant fool and I say something stupid or offensive and I offended you, then I will apologize. I'm not ever trying to offend anybody or hurt anybody. I don't ever want to do that. I want people to feel good. I want everybody to feel like they have an opportunity to do what I do, even if at sometimes it seems like I am a dick or I wouldn't wish that for people. But in reality, I do. I wish everybody could do what I do. I wish everybody could do what I do times 10. Okay? I wish y'all could be better than me, and there's so many people out there that do so many great things. So keep working, stay inspired, stay hustling, and let's get after it. I hope you like this video. I'm changing up my content a lot going into the new year, so please subscribe.